Welcome to episode 77 of Tremendous Opinions Podcast. I am your host, DJ Witwicky, and I'm going to kick this episode off with a sincere tribute to Mr. Tony Bennett, a singer who passed away a couple days ago, and I freaking love Tony Bennett, dude. That just hit me right in the ear hole. I hated to hear that. Tony Bennett passed away at the age of 96, so I'm about to put together something wicked nice for my boy.
I wanna be around to pick up the pieces when somebody breaks your heart. Somebody twice as smart as I. Somebody who will swear to be true as you used to do with me, who'll leave you to learn that misery loves company. Wait and see. I want to be around to see how he does it when he breaks your heart to bits. Let's see if the puzzle fits so fine. And that's when I'll discover that revenge is sweet, as I sit there applauding from a front row seat when somebody breaks your heart like you broke mine.
Beautiful tribute to my man Tony Bennett. Rest in peace. Since I have done my last podcast, I have a freaking sweet story, dude. So I saw in the news on Instagram that there was going to be a huge soccer game go down in Chapel Hill, Chelsea against Wrexham, and it was supposed to be like the most traffic Chapel Hill's ever seen, and just like a historical event. And that's, all I thought. I thought, cool, that's cool they're doing that, whatever. I didn't think I'd have a chance to go. My absolute boys down there at Salvio's Pizzeria in Cary extended me the invite. The boys got me in the door. And hey, I had to operate a register for a little bit and check some boys out with some Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, dude, made by my man, my absolute man, Carmine the Torch. You hear me? My boy Carmine was in there, dude, whipping up some fresh Philly cheese dogs for these dudes, dude. World famous Salvio's cheesesteaks. Anyhow, we're in there, and I got some early access, dude. I showed up first. I was like one of the first 50 people in the door. And it's beautiful, man. I grew up being a UNC basketball fan, but just being in there in Kenan Stadium, I've been to a few football games, but just being there in that place on a beautiful day, you can't beat it. Something about being outdoors and smelling the game day. It was just really awesome. And at one point when the sun was setting during the game, it was just a painting. Like, you couldn't have asked for a better game, and people from all over the world. I saw something where tickets were bought from every state. Like someone from Alaska bought a ticket to that soccer game and showed up. Someone from, I don't know about Guam, Puerto Rico, but Hawaii, I guess. People flew into Chapel Hill from all over the world. I saw some people from across the pond in Europe. I forget where, but they showed up to Chapel Hill. They were in Kenan Stadium and ate my dog Carmine's cheesesteak, son. Oh, awesome day. And it was, dude, they shut down traffic. It was just incredibly brutal. So the game wraps up. There's just the biggest pile of people you've ever seen, dude. And I shuttled in there. But like I said, I got there early. Game didn't start till 7:30. I'm in there at 2 something. Just chilling. And after the game, like I said, I took a shuttle. There's no shuttle to get back. I can't find the shuttle to get back. And it was like a 2-mile walk to the car. By the time I walked there, and God forbid my phone dies by the time I get there, I'm running. Like I said, I was there for like 7 hours. My phone's teetering. And I gotta find my car. So what did DJ Witwicky do? There's no Ubers. An Uber's not gonna get through that traffic, dude. Traffic's shut down. Your boy DJ Alright, I'm not gonna lie. It was 2 miles away. I didn't run the whole 2 miles, but a good mile and a half out of 2 miles I ran for the first time since like George Bush was in office. I haven't ran for what, dude? And even in basketball, it's a light jog. I'm not getting back on defense. I'm not running a fast break. It's a light jog. But let me tell you, I ran to the car in fear of my phone dying. And I had a dog to get back to. Dude, I was gone for too long. The dog was having like an anxiety attack and needed a Xanax. He just went nuts when I got back. And I was doing it for him, really. I had him in mind. I'm like, whatever. I love that dog. I need to get him back on the podcast, dude. I'll put him in a video or something. Whatever. I ran until my feet hurt. I was bleeding. Running on a dark road. Almost got hit by a guy, and I may or may not have flipped him the bird. I didn't even think about it. I just almost got hit by a Nissan Skyline or whatever. Or some Mitsubishi piece of crap came piling around a corner and almost wiped old DJ. That would have been it for old DJ Witwicky, dude. They would have just found me in the weeds. Gobbed up in the weeds over there on one of these back roads in Chapel Hill. I just, out of instinct, I didn't think about it at all. I just realized I was flipping this old boy. He could have been like a Navy SEAL and got out and beat me to oblivion, but I don't even think he saw me. He was drunk texting, just drifting around a corner. Made it to my car and got home. Beautiful fantasy football day before fantasy football, and I'm freaking wicked pumped about another season of pain and misery. I haven't won a championship in like 6 years running. A freaking mush delure over here. Oh, almost skipped over this. While the soccer game was going on, I went out there like right around the corner just to peep out Kenan Stadium. They've added so much to it over the past few years, and it's really nice. And I look over the edge of the balcony, and there's like a lounge bar area with like some fireplace things and TVs set up everywhere. And there's a basketball court at the football stadium just outside, like a dope court. And there's a boy down there painting the logo actively just while we're there watching. And then I just don't think anything about it. I go back and mingle with the locals, and I'm watching the soccer game, and then I come back later in the night and it's finished. Buddy finished the logo, and you wouldn't have even known that it just got painted that day. Beautiful day in Chapel Hill for a soccer game, huh? Tremendous. So I told you I ran back to the car until my feet bled. First time definitely since before Obama campaigned. So fast forward to last night, a couple days later. I get invited to go play pickup ball with the boys. I grew up playing basketball. It's just in my blood. It's what I am. But last night was something different. And it's not just because my feet hurt. Here's my basketball story. Let me just start from the beginning, all right? In my crib when I was a baby, I had a basketball goal clipped onto the side, and I had little stuffed things that I dunked in it. I had the Little Tykes goal that everyone had, but I wore that thing out. Definitely wore it out. When my family moved to Goldsboro, North Carolina, we had a little backyard, but it had like a cement, little concrete pad laid down, and not the best basketball goal in the world, but we had a basketball court in the backyard. And I remember first grade, second grade, my dad was out there giving me bounce passes and making me do left-handed layups. Not making me, I loved it. I wanted to get good at basketball. Left-handed layups until I cried. I remember there was a hurricane, a bad hurricane, Hurricane Floyd, I think it was, came through and just destructed the city, ruined the church. Our neighborhood was flooded, and I remember I didn't even cry about anything else. Like, there was people in trouble. Like, it was a bad thing. And the only thing that made me cry was when I looked out of my parents' window, the bedroom window, looked outside and saw the basketball court. Our backyard was flooded, and I saw the basketball floating in the water, and that made me cry. I have early childhood memories of going to the YMCA and being too young to play, with grown men, and I'd just be there with my dad. So I'd be on the sideline dribbling, and I'm just wicked. If you sit me down, even with that kith ball, I could just do some wicked stuff, dribbling, sitting down. One of my most beautiful basketball memories is my papaw, who's passed away. Just a little over a year ago, he passed. And when I was a kid, he knew that we loved basketball, and that's what we were trying to do. So he went out and found a backboard somewhere. And this before Amazon. I don't know where he got this stuff. Found a backboard, found a rim, got a net from like Walmart, measured 10 feet. He dug a hole, put a pole in the ground over there by the black cherry tree. So when it bloomed, like in the spring, it was like Yao Ming blocking your shot. But, dude, just a beautiful thought. He actually put the pole in the ground, like old school, and made a basketball. Almost forgot. I have the rim right here. That's one of the things I grabbed, from the house after he passed. I wanted to keep that basketball rim. Awesome memories from shooting hoops under that black cherry tree in the driveway. I was a real little kid. Vince Carter. I was 6 years old when Vince Carter played for the Tar Heels, but I remember he was like my uncle's screensaver on the computer. I remember watching him play. I don't even know who they were playing, and he dunked it so crazy that I just was obsessed with jumping up and down on the trampoline and just being Vince Carter between the legs and all this type of stuff growing up. In junior high, I was the first kid in my school's history, so I was told by the athletic director or whatever, who was a Dallas Mavericks fan, and I gave him crap for it all the time. But I did not want to play football, and it was a football town. No kid didn't want to play football. And I asked him if I could just play basketball. And he made a program just for me. I had to run 10 laps around the football field while the kids were playing football. Then I had to do 100 sit-ups, 50 push-ups, and then I got a basketball, and I was just by myself in the gym at the junior high. The bad gym. There was 2 gyms. And the gym I was in was close to the football field, so you could just hear pads hitting and whistles blowing. And it's just me in there shooting jump shots and doing my thing. The only one for 2 years, I think. And then a kid named Caleb joined, and 2 other kids joined. So we got it rocking and rolling. Off-season basketball, dude. A couple of dweebs in there. But it was my life. We had it at our church. We had a huge youth group during my high school days, and it got up to like 250, 300 kids would show up on a Wednesday, and we had a full court basketball court. But they put the smaller goals, and 4 of them around the court, so it's like you have 2 full courts going side to side. And we would just play vicious dunk ball. Absolutely vicious dunk ball. I made a few kids cry. I made a kid named Matthew cry. I dunked on a kid named Dylan and made him cry. That was during the Super Bowl, where Sean Alexander was a running back for the Seattle Seahawks. And during a commercial break, I dunked on him in front of all the hot chicks who were sitting in the bleachers watching, and he cried. My boy Pack Daddy, who's been a guest on this podcast, okay? We were just on demon time on the basketball court during youth group every Wednesday. And then at church camp. One more story, and I'm done. I won't even tell you about my high school failures as a baller. At Falls Creek, we're playing dunk ball out there with some randoms. Pack Daddy checks the ball at the top of the key, passes it to me on the left wing. He does like a give and go. He just passes to me and cuts straight to the rim. And I just take a chance. My guy's backed up off me. I just give a hard bounce pass. Just slam the ball off the ground. And it's perfect. Perfect alley-oop to Pack. He catches it and slams it all over this kid, who falls sideways and breaks his arm. He broke his arm off of that wicked alley-oop pass, dude. Cut to last night when I was playing pickup with these boys. I got 2 rebounds, and that was just by luck. That was because they were being nice. I got 2 rebounds, and I think 2 turnovers, 0 assists, 0... I did try to pull up a 3, and it was just an absolute brick, dude. Freaking smoked it. Horrible. My toe hurt from having to run after the soccer game. And I was so in the pits after that first game that I just took my shoes off and put my little flippy floppies on and sat there and watched these boys play basketball. I can't play anymore. So I say all that to say this. My freaking wicked long ear beating about my horrible basketball career comes to an end with me officially retiring from the game. I'm never going to play another serious game of pickup basketball again. 40 and over league. Screw that, dude. Screw that. My toe hurts. I would like to officially turn in my resignation letter to the beautiful game of basketball. I love you, but it's over. In my notes, I was an embarrassment. A non-existent pile is what I felt like on the court, offensively and defensively. I don't play basketball anymore. From now on, I make t-shirts and play video games. This podcast is brought to you by me. CoffeeStainClothing.com. Today, we just dropped the Butterberry shirt because the shirt fabric is wicked nice. Wicked nice fabric, and it's butter color. Good Lord. It's butter color, and actually the same grandfather, my papa, that put that goal up, he lived in a beautiful tucked away house in like the rolling hills of the mountains of North Carolina. And he had every berry. Like I said, he had a black cherry tree, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, an apple tree, everything. I love berries to this day. Like, we got the blackberries outside, but I always loved berries for whatever reason. And just with the butter, I figured I'd put the blue on there. Whatever, dude. Captain Kirk of the Enterprise making decisions out here, you hear me? Butterberry tea, available now. Making t-shirts and playing video games like the grown man that I am. Gonna give you people a Fort and Halo highlight to boot. And also in my notes, this is horrific. If I had to compare myself realistically to somebody, my basketball game during my prime, like on a Wednesday night, I was the Kevin Garnett of the church. Absolutely the KG, dude. Just freaking slamming on this boy and making him cry during the Super Bowl Doritos commercial. Okay, I gotta end this ear beating. Update! The snake died. He is fondling around and got too comfortable over here. Thought Charlie was over here in the bush getting weak, son. I didn't kill him, but he's dead. I'll tell you that much. Don't call the freaking FEMA or PETA or whoever they are. And last update. I believe this is the last podcast that I'm going to do from the Players Lounge. I'm about to move next weekend, and I don't know. I have a couple of vinyl soul searchings pre-recorded. I made one today. I made one today, and I'm going to make one at some point this week. So I have them in the barrel. But I don't know, dude. It won't be that long. I'll get back to you lovely people on the internet in a couple of weeks from the new location. I think I'm going to retire the Players Lounge name and have to come up with another wicked nice nickname for the pod spot. Pod spot isn't bad. Alright. Ear beating over. Rest in peace to Tony Bennett. This has been episode 77 of Tremendous Opinions Podcast with your boy, DJ Witwicky. Enjoy the wicked hot highlight. See y'all next time.